Hey, what's up, everyone? So, as you know, they started the FedNow, FedWallet digital money system in July. They rolled it out in late July, where payments were done instantly through the Federal Reserve and immediately transferred from place to place. And the one positive that I saw in that was that the money given to certain government branches had to go where it was dedicated to. Like, for example, infrastructure would have to be used on infrastructure. Roads, potholes, they'd have to be fixed regardless. They couldn't just pocket it. But I'm sure they'll find a loophole and some way to pocket the money as they always do. But this government issued digital money actually wound up happening in late July. Now, my daddy was hearing on the radio the people were saying that a digital dollar is closer now than ever, and that something was supposed to implement this month. Do you believe that? Do you really believe it? I don't know. I just want to know if anyone knows anything about what they were talking about on the radio. That our dollar would be useless in that case because we haven't caught up with the rest of this world. Basically, other countries are moving toward the digital currency. We're not, so we are now behind. And the Federal Reserve loses its power. And that makes our dollar useless. That would make our dollar instantly pointless and worthless. And we would pretty much collapse. It'd be the collapse of our economy. First of all, I do know the Great Reset they spoke about in the NWO, and they've said it over and over. Even in their speeches, they just flat out said it. The Depop and NWO, they were stated. The words were actually said by Joe and Kamala. So, anyway, back to this other topic. The new world coin they're talking about is a one world digital currency. They said we all belong to the earth. And with the rise of AI, they're now saying that this new e-money, this digital money, has to take center stage at the globe. They said a new digital economy is the only thing that's going to separate us from AI and be able to distinguish us from artificial intelligence and robots. You know how when you have to sign into something, you have to say, I'm not a robot? That's not going to be good enough now. They said we actually have to distinguish ourselves from the AI and robots. And apparently we need a new banking system, they say, because AI is now able to hack people's bank accounts and cards and passwords with 95% accuracy. But they're the ones that created it, so it's their own cause. And so basically, bottom line, I think they're not only creating a crisis because 12 more banks collapsed, and I think they're not, and people can't draw the money out or anything. So they're not only just creating a crisis to create legislation to have a so-called cure to it. It's kind of like create the disease, then create the quote-unquote cure that wasn't tested, and sell it, and then create a market crash, market collapse. After you create a collapse, create a new economy that people have to follow and then control it. The next one will be digital. Then the same thing with the NWO. Create a crisis and then create a new order to solve it. So it's pretty obvious if anyone actually has open eyes, they can see it. But there's so many positive implications they could be using this technology for. I mean, there's so many practical applications out there, but they don't choose to use it for that. We could be using these AI abilities and drones and so many other things to save people from wildfires, save people, do predictive programming, or not predictive programming, predictive technology to better understand the weather and predict situations where what's going to happen next and try to help people or anything like that. We could utilize this technology to where humans don't have to do as hard of work. And we could be living luxuriously with peace and harmony, but they're not going to do that. That'd be too easy. And they get all the glorification and sit on top of the pedestal while we're being squished below like ants. Not even getting paid what we should for what we do, for what humans do. But anyway, and then when they raise the price, raise the cost of living, then they raise the wages. Then they say, let's raise the wages again so people can make more. And then stores raise the prices even more so it balances out. But back to this. Do you think anything's happening in August? They said on the radio that something's coming and people are not prepared for it. and if they were talking about the WorldCoin, but I think August is a little early. I think that's an early stretch, but maybe not. So, WorldCoin is a thing where you put your face in there, they scan your eyes, and they create a new digital identity and a QR code for you as a world ID. You have a new world ID. And the new coin is considered WorldCoin. It's a one world currency. They say everyone has the right to WorldCoin and everyone has the right to an ID in this global system. And now that guy said it's the only way to combat AI. So what do you think? What do you really think is going to happen? Do you think that this is going to happen in August? Do you really think that? Because that's what the radio was saying, and I don't see it happening that quickly. I see that we're very close, like 7 years away or something, but I don't see it being implemented that quickly. Maybe I'm wrong. If you look at 2030 and 2050, their websites, their sustainable development program for those years. But here's the thing. It's the same with the climate crisis. If you do GeoEng and Weather Mod, and you create a crisis, make things worse than they have to be, you just like all these other crises they created and then came in to pretend to save, if you create a crisis and then get the people frightened enough to give in, then you can create legislation with a supposed cure for the crisis and then control the masses using the propagated fear and the chaos that was created. Controlled chaos. An agent of chaos. Anyway, that's all for this video. I'm going to go back to edit the captain's log. Here we go. Kif, signing out from this video. Yes, sir. I'm signing him out. Thank you, Kif. Now I have other things to deal with. Thank you. That was Zapp Brannigan and Kif from Futurama. Had to do that. Keep a little bit of lightness in here. Yeah, that's my opinions on these things. Will they be doing that in July? Will they be doing that in August? I don't know. But let me know your thoughts.